Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to talk about spiritual warfare and your mindset. Uh, Joyce Meyer is the only preacher I know of who really started talking about it like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Um, who started talking about the battlefield of the mind. I believe that this was the series that really made Joyce Meyer famous. And I don't think people truly understand the concept of how your mind makes things real, okay? And the agreements that we have with other people to either be a curse or a blessing in our life, okay? Also, when you're dealing with spiritual warfare, okay, and trying to get the right mindset in order to have the life that you desire, okay? You have to pay attention to your words, not just the words you speak, okay? Not just the words you speak, but listen to what you are saying to yourself, okay? Listen to when you drop or spill coffee or drop something, okay? What are you saying to yourself, okay? There are some people who say to themselves, oh, I'm stupid, and they may not say it outwardly, you know, but inwardly, when they make mistakes, they say this to themselves. They're hard on themselves. And this is something that you have to pay particular attention to, okay, and correct it. You have to, even when you're first starting out, you'll notice that those bad habits, negative patterns, um, will come up. But you have to immediately correct it by saying things like, I'm brilliant, I'm very intelligent, okay, I am smart, I am very capable of figuring things out, I am very capable of correcting my mistakes, okay? This is very important, okay, when you're dealing with spiritual warfare, because a lot of times, and when you say this to people, they seem to get angry or agitated, but it is the truth, okay? And this is spiritual law, okay? But when you tell people, it's literally all in your head, okay? It almost seems like you're trying to invalidate their experiences in life. And it's not to invalidate it, okay? It is to empower you to know that you have the power to change your circumstances and situations, okay? It's empowering, okay? It should make you feel like, wait a minute, if all this time you should feel like, okay, Dorothy, okay, in The Wizard of Oz, all this time it was within me, okay, to get back home. The power was within me to do it all the time, okay? And The Wizard of Oz is another, like, that movie has so many spiritual aspects, okay, that when you watch it, like when I became more consciously aware of being, okay, okay, I started to see different movies and TV shows in different lights, okay? It almost seemed like these shows were speaking to me, okay, in order to give me clarification about life, okay, or this construct of what we feel is real, okay, that is our lives, okay? So when I say that to people, that it's all in your head and you need to retrain your mind, your mindset, okay, in order to win the spiritual warfare, okay, it is not to insult or to minimize anybody's experiences in life, okay? It is to empower you to say that you have the power to change it, okay? And, and I've heard people like Oprah Winfrey, The Secret, which really wasn't a secret, okay? This person repackaged, okay, something that had been told to us ages ago, that people, you really don't find these books, okay, that were written back in the 1900s, okay, in the 1800s, okay, and before then, okay. You won't find it until you're looking for it. When you start seeking truth about who you are and wanting to find real answers and solutions to life's problems, these things will magically come upon your path. It will seem like magic, okay? And this is what I try to explain to people when I talk about spiritual warfare and your mindset, okay? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God by pulling down strongholds. What are strongholds? You have to understand what the Bible is saying. It's not trying to lead you down a road, okay, of religion. Okay, it's trying to teach you spiritual aspects so that you are equipped in this plane of existence, okay, so that you know how to navigate, okay? So, what are strongholds? What are strongholds? Unfortunately, okay, strongholds are the things that you believe, okay? It is the things that your parents believe and pass down to you, okay? And just because you are related to somebody doesn't mean that you're going to genetically, okay, or when I say genetically, I mean on the spiritual plane, okay, be passed down, okay, the things that are your biological parents on the spiritual realm, okay? It goes by, okay, who you are connected to. So if children are adopted, okay, those adopted parents, their spiritual genetics is passed down to that adopted child, okay? It's just not the quote-unquote biological children, okay? And this is something that we have to keep in mind, okay? Because it's all about belief, okay? Beliefs become a stronghold in your life, okay? So you have to be careful of that, okay? You have to be careful of who you call your spiritual mother or your spiritual father, okay? I was watching a TV show, Scandal, and in one of the episodes of that TV show, Olivia was trying to work out a problem for her friend, and the problem had to had something to do with the Secret Service. So when Olivia started to figure out what was actually going on, and that the president was running around slinging dick, okay, she went to him and she corrected him, and she told him, she said, you might not want to hear this, but the fish rots from the head. They're following after you. Okay? And this is for you to clean up and correct. Okay? Because they're following after you. They're watching what you do. Okay? Because they're your details. Okay, your safety detail is what I meant to say. So, this is important, okay, when you're dealing with spiritual leaders and when you're dealing with your natural leaders, okay? You literally have to disconnect yourself from people, okay, who have negative patterns of beliefs, because it will become strongholds in you. Okay? People don't just pass down genetics physically. They do that within the spiritual realm to who they consider their children. Okay? So you have to be very mindful of these things. Okay? The battlefield is in the mind. The spiritual warfare is in the mind. And what victories you have on the mental level, you will see them manifest on the physical. This is why it's taught in the Bible, the things that you see are not eternal. They're not eternal. Okay? This is why it's taught that, because the Bible was trying to convey, okay, the things that the eye see, okay, is eternal. Okay? Because you make it exist on another playing field. Okay? And I'm not going to go into the different dimensions and existence, that not only that we exist on, okay, but potentially a lot of times, like I said in my previous video, a lot of times I've had dreams that were not dreams, okay? I was astral projecting, and I wasn't a participant in anything that was going on in the dream. I was just a spectator. I was watching things. And I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out, where am I? Okay? And it doesn't even look like, okay, any place within the United States or even the world, okay? But here I am, I become conscious of where I am, and I start looking around, and I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? And I'm being witness to certain things going on with people. Like I'm literally either standing outside somebody's window looking in, and I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? Okay? Or I'm being a witness to some type of world event. Okay? And when I become conscious of the dream, it's not a dream, it's an astral projection, but when I become conscious of it, that's when I immediately wake up, usually within 2 to 5 minutes. I immediately wake up. And if you ever have experiences like this, it's best to write them down, okay? Because a lot of times it's your subconscious mind's way of trying to teach you something, okay? But this is what I started to realize. So I started to realize that there are different, not only different worlds, but different dimensions of existence where you can actually see yourself okay, living out literally a different life, okay? But I don't want to get too deep in that because I don't want to lose my audience. But the battle is in your mind, okay? So when you have become master of self, okay? You have to become master of yourself, okay? You have to become master of your own mind, okay? And don't let anybody define for you what anything is, okay? And to me, to others, okay, that seems stupid, but to me, it seems simple. You don't allow other people, I don't care what bishop they say they are, how many accolades they have behind their name. Do not let anybody define anything for you. You define it, okay? And especially when it concerns you, okay? I used to watch all the time when I used to go to church. I used to watch how a pastor would pray for one person, things would work out. The pastor would pray for somebody else, it wouldn't work out. And I used to think, well, maybe the person that it didn't work out for, there's something in their life that is displeasing to quote unquote God. This is untrue, okay? It goes by. You are blessed or cursed by your belief, okay? And your agreements. And always keep this in mind. Spiritual law dictates. Somebody taught me when I first started to awaken to spiritual things, somebody taught me that spiritual law number one, and this cannot be violated, and all those who practice witchcraft who are deep in it, okay? And again, witchcraft is a European term. People who practice that, okay, when they're trying to curse somebody and get them to come into an agreement with it, know that spiritual law number one is you cannot force your will on anybody. It is literally impossible. You're breaking spiritual law. Okay? And again, I say there are loopholes. So, if somebody can curse another person, how is it done? By that person's permissible will. Meaning that there's other ways to access the person, the subconscious mind, okay? In their sleep, during hypnosis, during when you give them certain drugs and put them in a suggestive state, okay, by their permissible will. These are ways of how to do it. And it seems like magic to other people, like, oh, this person is really a grand wizard or a very powerful witch. No, they ain't. They're no more powerful than you. They just understand how things work, okay, spiritually. So if I cannot curse you outright, I seek, like the thief and the robber, to come through a back door, okay? And first you have to bind your enemy to do that. How do you do that? I just told you. By suggestive things. You have to do it when they're unaware, when they're in their sleep, when they're in their most vulnerable mental state. And then you try to overwrite whatever programming they have, okay? If it's a programming of protection, you try to overwrite it so that their defenses are lower so that you can attack. Okay? And, I try to educate people because people are nefarious, okay? And they want people to be ignorant of spiritual things, okay? So that they can take advantage, okay? And this is how people get your subconscious mind in order to trick your subconscious mind into being the workhorse for them. Meaning, your subconscious mind is manifesting for other people. Okay? Pay attention when you're trying to manifest using mental magic, what I call mental magic, which is basically just sitting down. Let's say you want a financial blessing. So you're sitting down and you're saying to yourself, okay, I am financially rich. I am attracting financial riches. When you are doing that mental work to get your mind into the mindset to attract certain things to you, okay, to magnetize you for certain blessings, okay, it's important to pay attention to who comes up when you're trying to do that. Some people do it intentionally, some people do it unintentionally. Pay attention to who comes up, okay? Because they might be your thief and your robber, okay? Pay attention to your dreams. If you're in a big, lavish, beautiful house, who's there, okay? Who's there, okay? Is there somebody trying to break in to steal what's in your house? Pay attention to those dreams. Write them down. Who pops up? Because when you're doing affirmations, you should only be thinking about yourself. This is why some people suggest that you do mirror work, where you put a mirror in front of you and you look at yourself and you imagine yourself. It's important to only see yourself, okay? With the good that you desire for yourself, with the blessings that you desire for yourself, because you are creating it, okay? Everything begins with the mind, okay? And it's just like you can attract good things, you can attract bad things, okay? If you're always saying to yourself, people always give me a hard time, guess what? You're calling all the assholes in the world to come give you a hard time, okay? Don't say that to yourself, okay, or out loud, okay? Immediately correct it and say everything seen and unseen is lovingly giving me and helping me manifest those things that I desire for myself. Okay? And this is what you have to do, and it's going on 23 minutes, and I don't want to make these videos too long. If this has helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up, comment below to let me know the things that you want me to talk about more, so I can make more videos about that, teaching about that. And thanks for watching.